I'm doing a deck profile for my friend AJ and for his Vanguard channel. I'm doing Pale Moon, which is my favorite deck. Here's the starter, the Cat Knight and High Boots, the Meowsketeer. He is the best starter for the Harri Pale Moon deck. When you stride, he comes out for free, and he brings out another card with him. So you go stride, he comes out, and he'll bring another card out. And with Harry's break stride, you can call something else out, which in turn can call something else out after that. So when you stride, you essentially get a free field. That's the starter. Then I'm running, of course, four Mass Magician Harry. When the new Harry comes out, of course, you're going to run 4 of that as well. Until then, I am running Flying Manticores. What they do is, when it's placed on Vanguard, Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1, check top 5 for a unit with Magia, add that target to your hand. Rear Guard, if it hits, Counterblast 1, Soul Charge 1, call something from Soul, and give it plus 2,000. I'm running 3 of those, actually, and I'm running Muriel. And when Muriel is called from Soul, she gains plus 2. If she's called by a Magia ability, she gets another plus 2. And if she's placed on Vanguard, you get a Counterblast 1, call a grade 1 or less card from your Soul, and does it give plus 2? It also gives plus 2. I'm running 3 Darkside Princess. She is a non-GB 14k attacker. But when you choose to give her the 5k during the battle phase, when she declares the attack, she returns to the soul at the end of that battle. So if you are on grade 2, you can go place, and then call another one, and then attack for 9, and if they get a trigger, you can go 14, and then this will go into the soul at the end of that battle. I run 4 Flying Periton. He is your best ride target. He is the bread and butter of the deck. He gets all your combos started. He gets your loops going off. Everything. When he's placed on rear guard, you soul charge 1 and call a unit from your soul to the same column as him. I run 3 Red Star Dual Horns. Red Star Dual Horn is essentially the same thing as Periton, only you don't soul charge, you soul blast. Also, if Dual Horn is called from soul, he gains plus 2. So he's an 11k. He helps if you are running low on deck, so you just start soul blasting instead of soul charging. 4 Stride Enabler, no explanation needed. 4 Perfect Guard, the Unflip Perfect Guard. The reason why I won the Unflip Perfect Guard is because the reason why I run the Unflip Perfect Guard is because the deck counterblasts a lot, and the Unflip is amazing. I run 2 Moonlight Meditator Betty. When she boosts a unit, does it have to have Magia? I'm pretty sure it does. No, when it boosts a unit, you can counterblast, put that unit into the soul, and call another unit with Magia. So if you're boosting Periton, you can counterblast, put Periton in the soul, call the same Periton out, soul charge, and call something else behind it. So you essentially get another free 16k column. I run 2 Purple Trapezist because if you boost Periton with Betty, then you can call Periton to another column, and then leave Betty rested in the on the right column, and you call Periton to the left, you soul charge 1, call Purple Trapezist behind Periton, put the rested Betty back into soul, and then call another Periton out, and that Periton will call Betty again, and then you just keep doing that over and over and over again. If you don't know what Purple Trapezist's effect is, if she's put on rear guard, you pick any unit on your board, put it into soul, pick any unit in your soul, call it to board.
Thank you for letting me take that.
I run 3 Cutie Paratroopers. I'm thinking about taking these out. I might leave it at 1, because in Pale Moon, you can run one-ofs. It's not bad. It's like Grand Blue, because you get a filter so much. So I might take this. I might take 2 out for another Purple Trapezist and another Betty, just for consistency. My triggers are 4 heal, 4 Prankster of Mirrorland. Prankster of Mirrorland is Prankster Girl of Mirrorland. When she's put into Soul by any means, you pick any card in your deck, put it in your Soul, and you put her from your Soul back into your deck and shuffle. So if she's Soul Charged off a random Peryton or Harry's Brave Stride, then you get to just replace her with anything in Soul, and you build your Peryton, Betty, Trapezus Loop, and fun times. I run 4 of the Silverthorn crit. Its ability says put this unit on top of your deck. If you have a Vanguard Luquier in its name, choose one of your Silverthorn, and choose one card with Silverthorn in its name from your Soul and call it to rearguard. I don't use it for that ability. I use it because it can recycle itself. Even though you don't have a Vanguard with Luquier in its name, it doesn't. That's not technically the cost. So if you use Peryton and you accidentally Soul Charge this, you can call this behind Peryton, and you put it on top of your deck. Then the effect will try to resolve. It'll set, and then it'll check to see if you have a Vanguard Luquier. And since you don't, the deck will just shuffle. So you can just call this to rear, and just put it back into your deck and shuffle. It's just a recycling crit trigger. So you have 8 triggers that recycle themselves, which is good because I don't like soul charging triggers. And then 4 of the Harri draw crit, plus 5 draw. Now for the Stride Zone. I run 4 Curtain Caller Mephisto. He is like the best stride. He's the one you're gonna try to want to kill people with the Peryton, Betty, Purple Trapezus thing. When you can flip up a copy of him, you can Persona flip him. Count the number of cards that have Magia face up in your G zone. For every 2, you call one unit from Soul and give it plus 5. And for every him face up, all of your units on board, including him, gain plus 1. So on your second Mephisto, you're gonna flip him up, and then call 1, maybe 2 if you G-guarded with the Magia G-guard. You can go to call 2 units, give them both by 5k. But on your second Mephisto, every card on your board is going to get plus 3, so columns are going to be plus 6, which is great. I return 2 Jester Demonic Dragon, Lunatic Dragon. When he's placed on Vanguard, Persona Flip, he gains a crit, and every card called from Soul that turn gets plus 2k. If you don't want to make Mephisto and you want to save him for something, you can just call this, and then you give your columns plus 4, essentially. And he's just a good card if you know your opponent doesn't have perfect guards, because you just rush the crap out of him with Betty Peryton. I run 2 Millward, Dreamy Axial Millward. When she's placed on Vanguard, or I don't think this one's placed on Vanguard. No, you can just, during your turn, you can Soul Blast 1, flip up a copy. I think it's anything. I just flip up her. But you flip her up, and you call 2 units from Soul and give them each 4k. Then for every card face up that has Dreamy Axial Millward in its name in your G-Zone, you choose an equal amount of cards, and that card gains red text, and red text is, if it hits, put it back into Soul, and swap it with something else in your Soul. So it's really good. It really puts pressure on one rearguard. I run, now for like one-ups, I run 1 Carnivorous Megatrick Piranha. She's a good first stride if you have a lot of cards you can counterblast. You counterblast 1, flip up any unit in your G-Zone, pick a unit in your hand, put it into Soul, then you may call a unit from your Soul with Magia. She's pretty good. Her other effect isn't like very relevant, because I don't really want to waste the Stride Zone with more of her. The rest of the skill is if you have 3 or more in the G Zone, the units that you call with Magia don't have to go back. I run 1 Amanda, so if you're at like 2 damage and you really don't want to use all of your counterblasts, she's also good for Stride. But if you make her first, you just flip her up. Amanda is on hit, Soul Charge 1, call 1 unit from Soul, give it plus 2k. I run 1 Harri. I honestly think this is the worst stride in the deck. Only because you counterblast 2. Yes, you can kill, but it gives no power. yes, you put 2 cards on your opponent's board and their soul, but you're feeding their costs. Like if you make this against Lured now, you're essentially giving them a free Aura Geyser and a free draw too. If you make this against Angels, you're giving them more. You're opening more of their stride zone, so they can just keep rushing you down. The only real clans you should really make this against is Murakami, Murakumo, and Great Nature are like the biggest ones that I make this against. Other than that, it's just a dead card in my stride zone. But when I face those decks, it does help. I just wish we got a better one. I run for Cray Elementals, just get them out of the way. I run 1 Screw You. The deck doesn't really handle big numbers very well. You're focusing on stride, so you're using a lot of grade 2s if you don't have grade 3s in your hand. But the deck doesn't handle big numbers very well, so discard 1 for 10k, and it's a 36 guard. That's the best explanation for it. I run 2 Dotting Harlequin Maja. If you have a unit with Magia, you can choose 1 unit from your soul and call it. If you have a unit with Magia, she gets plus 5k shield. If you don't have a unit with Magia, you soul charge 3, and she stays at 15. She herself has Magia, so if you go first and you G-guard, when you make Mephisto, you can make Mephisto first, and then you'll have 2 Magia units, so you can call 1 from soul and get plus 5. And then for my other G-guards, I run 2 Chainsaw Megatrick Furnival. He is... You check top 3 cards of deck. You pick one of those cards. If you pick one of those cards and put it in soul, if it was a grade 1 or higher, he gains 5k. And then the rest go to the bottom of the deck, and you don't shuffle. You can put them in any order you want. That is my Talmud, and I hope you guys enjoyed it.